We begin here at 5 o'clock with the difficult and developing news in Buffalo, New York, where at least 10 people were killed in a mass shooting at a grocery store this afternoon. We are waiting to learn how many others were hurt in this case. Reports from the Associated Press say the shooter was wearing military-style clothing and body armor, then walked into that store with a rifle and started firing. Police took the shooter into custody and have not released an identity yet. Investigators do say, though, that they're calling this shooting, quote, racially motivated violent extremism. We've been learning new details about this all day, so we'll continue to bring you the latest here on air and on KGW.com. I want to thank you for joining us on this busy night. I'm Galen Etlin. Now, another big story tonight is the call by Planned Parenthood for action. Today, Portland joined hundreds of cities around the nation for Bands Off Our Bodies rallies in favor of reproductive rights. Our Christelle Kumwe joins us live in downtown, where hundreds gathered this afternoon. Hi, Christelle.
Hey, Galen. So abortion right activists were here at Chapman Square to take a stand against the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade. Now, this is the tail end of the rally, and right now it started at 2 p.m. and right now not a lot of people are here, but earlier today hundreds filled the square and they had the support of political leaders. Hundreds of protesters took to the streets of downtown Portland Saturday afternoon to demand safe and legal access to abortion.
It's bans on our bodies.
The Chapman Square rally was part of the national Bands Off Our Bodies Day of Action organized by Planned Parenthood and other groups. Similar rallies took place in communities across the state and nation.
We are saying no, don't touch our body. It's our decision, our choice, and we want to put a ban on anybody thinking that they have the say that they can do that.
The rallies are a direct response to a leaked U.S. Supreme Court draft opinion suggesting the court may soon overturn Roe v. Wade, the landmark decision that legalized abortion.
No matter what the Supreme Court does, this fight will continue.
Healthcare and political leaders were also on hand Saturday for a news conference before the rally. Senator Jeff Merkley and Governor Kate Brown vowed to fight for abortion access.
We have a Constitution designed around the idea of liberty and freedom. And this court is determined to tear that down, and we're determined to say no way.
It's incredibly important that Oregonians who believe in making sure that women and people have the right to this essential health care vote, and so it's like, get out your ballot and make sure you vote.
Many demonstrators carrying signs and cheering agreed.
Half of America will have their civil rights rolled back. I think every person has a chance to make a difference, and they can make a difference by voting.
Absolutely. Do your research, make your decisions, check your resources, and look at your heart and your gut and see what it's telling you.
All right, so again, the draft opinion was leaked and the ruling is not yet final. Now, the actual ruling from the Supreme Court regarding abortion rights is expected to come out at some time this summer. Galen?
A big issue that everyone's following. Christelle Kumwe reporting from downtown Portland tonight. Thank you, Christelle. Also here, others are spreading a message to stop hate in Oregon. Today was the Oregon Rises Above Hate event, raising awareness about violence that Asians, Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders face across the country. Those groups have faced rising hate incidents nationwide. And this movement here is a follow-up to the movement last year. This year's demonstration was created to be more of a celebration during Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and organizers want to put more pressure on elected officials to protect that community.
So by bringing us all together, we're hoping to let everybody know that to pay attention to us, to pay attention to the rise in anti-Asian hate that is going on. And it used to be very quiet and subversive, and now it's coming out. It's since the pandemic.
Now, those events are not over yet. There is a vigil at 6 o'clock at the Lansu Chinese Garden in downtown Portland to honor lives lost in the past 2 years, and that goes until 9 o'clock. There will also be music by the nonprofit Fear No Music. All right, let's bring in meteorologist Joe Ranieri now and talk about a beautiful day out there to enjoy these kinds of outdoor events.
It was a beautiful afternoon, no doubt. But, a lot of us, Perry, were woken up earlier this morning
This is
from
true.
all the rain. In downtown Portland, we saw 7/10 of an inch of rain since yesterday afternoon. We're going to start to see some drier weather move through here in just the next couple of days. But with that said, there's a slight chance we'd be seeing some more lingering showers. But for the most part, we are looking at a very nice end to your Saturday afternoon and heading into your Saturday night. We're seeing a temperature this hour of 67 degrees. That's a live look over in the reserve over in Aloha. Meantime, out in the Oregon coast, some gray and dreary conditions out there. You can see some windy conditions along the coast right now. Right now, you're dry for the time being, but again, there's a slight chance to see some spotty showers heading into the later part of your Saturday night. Rain so far this spring, Galen, is pretty impressive. Just under 11 inches of rain. Now, this is going back throughout, of course, March as well. I say nearly 11 inches and counting because we're going to continue to see that rain move through here off and on heading in the next few days. A few showers possible tomorrow, but no major changes over the next 7 to 10 days. So typically this time of year is when we'll be seeing a little bit of a warm up. Can't rule out the chance to see a heat wave in most springs, but that is not the case this year. We're still going to be seeing some cool and showery weather. As we look at the radar, you can kind of see some of those showers moving into the foothills of the mountains. And so far today, since midnight, we've seen just over 1/3 of an inch of rain in Portland. Not far behind is the Salem and the Central Valley with up to about 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch of rain. And again, we are going to be seeing some light passing showers late tonight and into tomorrow. I have the Futurecast stopped here right around 7:30 on your Sunday morning, picking up some heavier downpours throughout parts of southwest Washington and into along the northern Oregon coast. I'm expecting to see more dry than wet conditions for a majority of us heading into your Sunday. And coming up in my detailed forecast, I'll talk more about just what you can expect to see over the next few days and talking more about what we can expect to see over the next later part of this month as we head into the middle part of May.
And so much rain, like you said, that we've seen so far. Joe, thank you. We'll see you soon. A big timber company is joining a nonprofit that helps with the mental health of firefighters. That effort is called Fighting Fires Together. And as Tim Gordon reports, the need is greater than ever.
More and more wildland fires that used to burn in the wilderness are reaching our communities.
And it's all around us.
And that adds to the behavioral health stress on the men and women who fight those fires, according to Firefighter Behavioral Health Alliance founder Jeff Dill.
So now the wildland firefighters are dealing with the trauma and the tragedies of people and their homes and their lives.
We've seen a lot of that in the West. The last few years have been brutal. 2020 in particular, with the Alameda fire in southern Oregon wiping out hundreds of homes, and the Beachy Creek fire burning through the Santiam Canyon. The same thing there, and it claimed at least 5 lives. Jessica Daly is now a forester with Weyerhaeuser, but was in her 3rd year as an ODF firefighter in 2020.
And so I'm here to kind of bring that empirical experience from a firefighter's side to what mental health toll that took, because I saw it on the faces of my crew. And we were driving through our homes, our communities, and seeing the devastation.
The trauma of seeing the devastation of those fires back in 2020, that devastation they carry with them. And because they're supposed to be strong and brave and not talk about it, they take it home.
Dill's organization has validated more than 1,700 firefighter and EMS suicides in the U.S. and Canada since 2010 to bring light and resources to the problem. He says since 2020, suicide has taken the lives of 4 wildland firefighters in Oregon, 4 in Washington, and 4 in Idaho. And those are just the ones they've been able to confirm.
That's why we reached out to Jeff and his organization to just create a resource, a simple, easy to use confidential page so that wildland firefighters could go there and get help that they needed.
Now Weyerhaeuser is pitching in with a grant that funds an online behavioral health site specifically for wildland firefighters, where they can go to find counseling and support groups.
And just stories so that people can share and know that they're not alone after they fight these fires.
Tim Gordon, KGW News.